What's up, everybody, and welcome to 2018 here on my channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for continuing to support my efforts here on my channel. Very much appreciated as always. With this video, I want to kind of do a mix of grails and also goals that I have, not just for this year, but kind of in general, because I don't really look at resolutions so much. I think you know, my definition of New Year's resolution is basically something that's forgotten by February. So I don't want to have those resolutions. Basically, I want to have some real goals, and they're not just tied to 2018. So these are basically some things in general. So yeah, I do want to kick things off here by talking about grails, because one of my goals for this year is to hopefully add some grails to my collection. Now, I am lucky enough to already have a couple in my collection. I do have the Crystal Heisenberg, which he is an out-of-box figure for me because the person I bought it from was dishonest and you know, gave me a damaged box. I mean, the box is not completely ruined, but the top of it does have a pen slash on it, like where an ink pen went across it. So obviously that's not something that happened in shipping. Then I also have Notorious B.I.G. and I have the Happy Joy Ren and Stimpy 2-pack. And I pretty much have covered previously on my channel more than once, I think, why I you know, consider each of these to be a grail. Maybe I didn't say that with the Ren and Stimpy one though, but I mean, I'll just say quickly that there's just a lot of nostalgia tied to that, and it's just something that brings back good memories, basically, you know. And there are a lot of figures in my collection that I can say that about, but my definition of a grail, and remember, each person does have their own definition of a grail, but my personal definition is that a grail is something that is not easy to obtain, and yet you feel like you have to have it as part of your collection, and it does have some sort of meaning behind it. So that is my personal definition of a grail, and I think each one of these fits into that. So yeah, well, like I said, one of my goals is to hopefully add some more grails to my collection. Now, I do want to point out that there are certain characters that I really want to have in my collection, but I don't think I necessarily have to have the original figure. For example, I do like the design of the original He-Man, and trust me, if I was able to get that one, I would go for it. You know, if I could find it at like a reasonable price, which is unlikely, but you know, if that ever happened, I would go for it. But they do have the new design He-Man, which I have just added to my collection, so I'm good with that. Same thing goes for like Lion-O and Panthro. I do like the Thundercats, but I know those original figures are not easy to obtain, and especially I think there is a flock version of Lion-O that's pricey, you know, very pricey. So I can live with if they do some updated versions of those, I'll just get those and I will be happy. The same thing is true for a couple of other characters that I really want to add to my collection, like Darkseid. I think there is going to be a new Darkseid eventually, and honestly, I'm not crazy about the design of that original one. The same thing goes for Bane. I think Bane could look a lot better, and I do want Bane based off of the movie, The Dark Knight Rises. You know, I really would like a Bane based off of that, you know, Tom Hardy's interpretation of the character. But again, I'm just not crazy about the design, so I can wait until they, you know, hopefully redo these characters. With Winter Soldier, I'm okay with the original designs, but I think he could look better as well. And I know that there are updated versions of him, but it's something about the mask. I really do like that mask, so I wish they would do an updated version of him with the mask. But if I could, you know, find one of these at a reasonable price, again, you know, I would go for it. So I've said this previously on my channel. As a matter of fact, I did a Grail video almost a year ago at this point, and I put the Monkey King figures on there because I have a couple and I do want to add some others to my collection. I hope to get them all eventually, but this is the main one that I really hope that I get, the black and gold Monkey King figure. I think it looks very cool, you know, with the black and gold. I mean, it's the same design for most of them except for the Freddy Funko Monkey King, but yeah, I really have my eyes on this one. I still think the price it's not like completely out of my range, but I think it's completely out of my reason. I mean, I only pay so much for a figure at a time, so I really am hoping to see what the price come down, or maybe I'll find one with a lower price and then I would go for this one, because I really would like to complete that set eventually. I'm a big fan of the Rick and Morty series, and I definitely am looking forward to the figures that are about to drop, including the Pop Rise featuring Rick. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the series. Now, unfortunately, I did not jump on the series until after, it was sometime after ECCC last year. Yeah, I hadn't watched the series yet, so I didn't really pay much attention to the Buff Rick and Summer 2-pack. And then after I watched this series, I was really kicking myself because I was like, man, I really should have looked for that one. But, you know, I wasn't into the series yet. So that one is very elusive now. But if I was ever to track it down again at a reasonable price, then I would really go for that. And I keep saying a reasonable price, but I do understand that with Grails, you know, sometimes you do have to kind of go ahead and pony up in order to get these, because I think it is fair to an extent. I mean, some people still have prices that are kind of out of control, but it is something that is rare. It is tough to find, so I do understand that, you know, it will cost more. You know, I'm a very understanding of that, and I don't always look at it as flippant. I think some people think I use that term loosely. I really don't. I do understand that there are some figures that hold extra value for legitimate reasons, but yeah, if it didn't cost me an arm and a leg, I would love to have this Buff Rick and Summer 2-pack, because it is one of my favorite closings to an episode. Now, Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal, I mean, you know, I said it in my previous Grail video, this is not something that really needs to be broken down and explained. I mean, you know, a lot of people grew up with his music, even though he's passed on for years now. I mean, still, there are little kids younger than 5 years old that are familiar with Michael Jackson's music. That's just how influential and impactful he is. So it'd be nice to have just one of his figures in my collection, and this is the main one I would like, because I really loved Michael Jackson's Moonwalker when I was younger. And if you're familiar with that, then you know that Smooth Criminal was basically part of that, the movie itself. And then also there was the Moonwalker game as well, which was basically, you know, the Smooth Criminal version of Michael Jackson. So yeah, I would really like to have this particular figure. Now, I said before that some of the old designs don't really do it for me, so I'm not so crazy about them, but I think the Bank Robber Joker is one that holds up pretty well. I do like that, and I didn't know this for the longest time, that it actually is a reference to one of the old episodes from the 66 series, the television series. So I think that is very cool that they worked that into the movie. And of course, Heath Ledger as the Joker was just amazing, even though I'm not too crazy about the other Joker pop figure. I don't know, it's just, I think it's the eyes that kind of throws me off. I'm not so crazy about that figure, and I'd like to see that updated as well. But yeah, this Bank Robber Joker would be very nice to have. Now, the Chrome Batman figures, there's the blue one, there's the black one. The blue one, I know that's might be just impossible. Like, that one goes for hundreds of dollars now, because it was so difficult to get. I believe it was, I want to say, a Toy Tokyo exclusive, if I'm remembering correctly, but I just know it's very difficult to get. So if I was able to get the black one, I'd be cool with that. And it seems like the price is actually coming down on the black Chrome Batman, so I'm going to kind of keep an eye on that. And that might be one that I can add to my collection sooner than later. Now, my number one Grail, this might surprise some people, but yes, it actually is this Count Chocula Dorbz ride. And again, this was a Toy Tokyo exclusive. This one actually has the Toy Tokyo sticker on it. Very difficult to get, and part of it is that I do want to complete the collection. Basically, I do have the other Dorbz rides. I do have Boo Berry and also Frankenberry, and then I do have Yummy Mummy as well. I don't have Fruit Brute. I'm really not so interested in that one, so I know I still won't necessarily have it complete. But, you know, this is the one I feel like I really want to add. I do like the design of it so much. I think the Dorbz itself looks really cool. And then also the fact that his ride is, if you look at it from the top or the bottom, it's actually shaped like a coffin. I mean, it essentially is a coffin on wheels. I really do like that. You can even see the handle there on the side. So, yeah, I really think the design is clever. I think it looks cool, and I just really would like to add this to my collection. This is the number one Grail I'm going to be looking for to try to get and add into my collection. With my list of Grails, it's definitely shorter than the previous list that I had. Part of the reason is because the previous Grails list that I had was part of a tag. It was actually a tag video, so the person that started it wanted us to share 10 Grails. But you know, when I thought about it again for this particular video, I'm like, I really don't have 10 Grails altogether. So I really broke it down to what I really want to add into my collection. So that's why it is a shorter list. Now, I do want to go ahead and talk about the other goals that I have, starting off with the ones that are directly related to collecting. So you see them here on the screen, but I'm going to go ahead and run through them. First of all, I've got to do fewer trades. It has been way too many trades going on, and I'm not blaming anybody for that. You know, people put up the offers. It's up to me whether or not I accept them. But I am going to have to turn down more trades in the future, probably, just because it's kind of bad when everybody at the post office knows you by name because you're there like all the time. And that just starts to feel like work when I'm constantly back and forth to the post office. So I'm not saying I'm not going to do trades anymore, but for the foreseeable future, it'll probably just be with people that I've traded with before and people that I really trust as far as trades are concerned. Because like I said, I just don't want to have it again where like during Christmas time, I had like over 10 trades going on. You know, I sent out a lot of packages at one time, and that's just way too much. So yeah, I got to back up on trades, and then backing up on trades will also allow me to pick up some things that are more unique. I mean, I like pop figures. I'm definitely going to continue to collect them and products by Funko, but I do come across things that really catch my eye sometimes, and I end up passing up on them because I'm worried about making sure that I have enough money to wrap up trades and things like that. So yeah, I definitely want to collect more of a variety, you know, and get back to that, really collecting things beyond just Funko Pops, you know. So yeah, that's a big goal of mine. And then also, I mean, in general, I'm probably going to do less collecting, and there is a good reason for that. So yeah, I'm going to continue to collect, but I have to be aware of space. So that's part of the reason why I'm going to collect less. But really the main reason why is because I want to save for a vacation. I have not had a real vacation since I went to Vegas in 2012. And yeah, that's a good while. So yeah, I really want to maybe go back to Vegas because I do like going there. I might want to go to Universal Studios in Florida, or maybe back to Jamaica. I've been there before. I just want to have experiences, not just figures. I mean, I do like collecting, you know, trust me, I definitely do like collecting, but I think experiences are important as well. Something else that I want to get back to is writing. If you've been with my channel for a long time, you know that I used to share poetry on my channel. The main reason I stopped doing that, it wasn't about the views. I mean, the videos did not get great views, but it really was because I noticed that I started just posting old poetry as opposed to writing new poetry. And it really was because I think I was burned out on writing, that I needed some time away from it. But I'm really getting that itch again. I really do want to get back into writing, not just poetry, but also it would be really nice to write another novel sometime in the near future, because that is such a satisfying feeling to actually get a novel written. And I'll be honest, completing a novel is more satisfying than anything that I've done with YouTube. So it'll be difficult to balance things out time-wise, but I think it'll be worth it because even though I don't have a big audience for my writing, it's just still such a satisfying feeling. That really is my first love, and I definitely want to get back to it in the near future. As far as my channel is concerned, I definitely want to continue to improve the content and vary things up more. I definitely want to show you more footage outside of my home, you know, do more hunting videos, but also just different events and different places that I think are cool, especially in the Myrtle Beach area. Now, right now, it is way too cold to really spend much time down there, but once this cold weather passes, I definitely want to get a lot more footage for you all, so do be on the lookout for that. Also, I do want to be consistent with giveaways, which I really have been thus far. I've been pretty good about it. But when I say be consistent with giveaways, what I mean is consistent with my expectations for them, which means that there's no talking about the giveaways down in the comments, no putting giveaway in the title of videos. I just feel that that attracts way too much negative attention, and some people really try to take the fun out of giveaways, and I'm just not going to allow that because I like to do them. I like to you know, put a smile on people's faces and give people that opportunity to win and just give back to the community in that little way that I can. So yeah, I'm gonna stay consistent with them, and also as consistent with the expectations. As a matter of fact, I got one going right now. Surprisingly, not many people have entered, but I guess some people just aren't paying attention. But you know, good luck to everybody that has entered and people that will enter with that. And also, definitely a big thing on my channel is to continue to block negative people, including people that are, I mean, I'm just going to say it bluntly, people that are sheep. Way too many sheep come across my channel. And what I mean by that is people that are just typically negative. I mean, you know, they say the same like hateful things I've seen plenty of times now. I'm being a YouTube content creator. And also people that try to get me to be a sheep like other people, you know, to do exactly what other people are doing. That is absolutely boring to me. I'm not going to do my videos exactly the same way that 100 other people are doing them. And I'm not taking a shot at any particular YouTubers. I'm just saying that in general on YouTube, people have videos. There's a lot of jump cuts. Everything's very snappy, and just it really caters to people with a short attention span. And I know that some people are hardwired that way. They're born that way. They can't help it. That's understandable. But overall, that's not something that I cater to on my channel. My channel is really for mature people that really want to listen and hear good information that's helping them out as collectors, especially, you know. So that's really what my channel is about. And for people that don't really fit that mold, you know, there's plenty of other channels they can go to. So I'm going to stay true to myself. And I think that everybody, you know, should stay positive and stay true to yourself. You don't have to fall in line. You don't have to be part of the herd. You basically do not have to be a sheep. And, you know, that's something that's never going to work for me. So I'm going to keep it positive on my channel and keep things moving in that way. So that pretty much does it for this video. Now, I definitely want to hear from you all. What are your grails? What are the, you know, the main figures you're trying to add to your collection right now? Figures that might be kind of difficult to obtain, but you know, you're hopeful that you can get your hands on them. I really want to hear what are your grails, but also what are your goals? What are some things that you are trying to accomplish? And if you don't have any goals right now, just think about it. What are some things that you know you could do to basically better yourself, to better your life? You know, what do you want to accomplish? I really want to hear that from you all. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I look forward to talking to you down in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you had a happy new year, and I will talk to you all again real soon.